All right, today we're breaking down a tool called Claudebot. It's an open source personal AI assistant that runs right on your own machine. We spent a lot of time putting this thing through its paces. And let me tell you, we're here with the verdict on what might be a revolutionary and, yeah, sometimes kind of insane step forward for personal AI. In this quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head, right? For years, we've all been promised this truly smart, proactive assistant. And honestly, Claudebot feels like one of the first real attempts to actually deliver on that promise. So here is the game plan. First, we'll cover what Claudebot even is. Then we'll get into why it's so special, user control, and its wild ability to learn. After that, we'll show you some real-world tests that blew our minds. And finally, we're going to weigh the pretty big risks against the rewards. Okay, first things first. Section 1. Let's get right to it. What exactly is Claudebot? So here's the core concept, and this is super important. Claudebot is not some cloud service owned by a giant tech company. No, this thing lives right on your computer, your Mac, your PC, your Linux box. But the magic part is you can control it from anywhere just by using the chat apps you already have, like Telegram or WhatsApp. It's like having a remote control for your home base. Now let's talk about how that whole local thing translates into what might be Claudebot's biggest selling point, the insane amount of control it gives you. I mean, this is a fundamental shift in how we think about assistants. Unlike Siri or Alexa, which lock you into their ecosystem, Claudebot is open source. You're not stuck with just one AI model. You can plug in models from OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, you name it. Or you can run smaller models completely locally on your own hardware. You are in the driver's seat, for real. And this flexibility is just a total game changer. It lets you use this clever strategy the community calls a daisy chain. So for a really complex research task, you can tell it, hey, use the big guns, use Claude Opus. But for a simple background task, like checking your email every 5 minutes, you just have it use a fast and, more importantly, free local model. It's a brilliant way to save a ton of money. All right, this next part is where Claudebot starts to feel less like a tool and a lot more like a partner. It has what's called persistent memory, which means it actually learns and evolves the more you interact with it. And this is where the customization just gets wild. Its entire personality is defined by a simple text file called soul.md. You can literally just open it up and tell it how to behave. You want it to be more proactive, to have opinions, you just write it in plain English, and the AI adopts that persona. It's amazing. And over time, it builds this whole memory file just about you. It learns your writing style. It remembers that your spouse shares your calendar. It knows your favorite apps. It even learns how to filter your inbox based on your feedback. It's literally designed to get smarter about you. Now, what's crucial is that all this intelligence is connected directly to your computer. It can write code and then execute it. It can control your apps. We're talking more than 50 native integrations, plus a whole library of community-built skills on something called Claude Hub, so its capabilities are expanding pretty much every day. So that's the theory. Sounds amazing, right? But what can it actually do? Let's look at some of the seriously complex, real-world workflows it was put through. This is where things get interesting. The results were pretty mind-blowing, not gonna lie. It was tasked with doing research, and it connected to other AI tools to pull real-time tweets and their view counts, dropping them right into research notes. It managed an email inbox proactively. But the wildest example? The user was out of the house and, just using Telegram, commanded it to download and install a completely new local AI model on their computer back home. And it just did it, flawlessly. Let's look at one more really powerful example. So the tester had this problem. A huge video backup to Google Drive filled partway through. So how many files were missing? They just gave Claudebot the 2 folder locations, one local, one in the cloud, and it came back with this exact number, 212. But it didn't just find the problem, it solved it. The user simply replied, go ahead, and Claudebot started uploading all 212 missing files all by itself. It even hit Google's daily upload limit, paused itself, and then just automatically resumed the next day once the limit was reset. I mean, that is true automation.
Okay. It's obviously incredibly powerful, but we have to pump the brakes here, because with this much power comes some really significant risks, and this thing is far from perfect. It's time for a balanced look at the downsides.
And let's start with the most immediate shocker, the cost. During one particularly heavy day of testing relying mostly on a high-end model like Claude Opus, the API bill came to $130 for a single day. Yeah. This kind of power is not cheap.
And really, it all comes down to these trade-offs. You get full computer access, which gives you incredible power, but that's also a massive security risk. You can use free local models, which is great, but the really powerful stuff gets expensive fast. And because it's such a new, fast-moving project, it can be unstable and prone to crashes. Let's be really clear about these issues. Security, you are handing over your passwords and credentials to an AI that is, by definition, unpredictable. That is a huge leap of faith. Stability, this is a 2-month-old project. It can get stuck in infinite loops that require a full restart. And memory, sometimes to save space, it compresses its memory and can forget important details you've told it, which is obviously super frustrating. So, what's our verdict? Claudebot is an absolutely phenomenal glimpse into the future of personal AI. It's what a lot of us have been dreaming of. But right now, today, with all the security risks, the costs, and the bugs, it's really best suited for power users and developers who understand the risks and are willing to deal with the rough edges. The only thing it's really missing is some kind of voice hardware, but you gotta think that's an inevitable next step. And that leaves us with one final, pretty big question. Claudebot forces us to decide what we really want from AI. It offers almost unlimited power, but the price is handing over the keys to your digital kingdom. So as we move forward, what's the winning model gonna be? A totally safe, locked-down assistant that you can trust completely? Or a powerful, open tool like this that demands your constant, careful control?